Hey, how's it going today? It's Frankie here. And what did I just watch? I need help to tell me what I just watched and what I witnessed in this movie. This is probably the most uncomfortable, awkward and cringy movie I have seen in my lifetime, and that's a fact. I've seen poor movies, I've seen crazy movies, I've seen other weird movies. This one is it just feels just awkward. The characters, the storyline, the dialogue. I'm only glad it's an hour and 17 minutes long. And yeah, I wanted to watch a rom-com. I know there's people out there say, Frankie, I thought you said you wouldn't watch a rom-com. I did because it's a different genre of movie, okay? I know there's a lot of females that like it. Some dudes like rom-coms out there too. I had to mix it up. And I picked the shortest duration movie. That's what I'm like. You know, if you haven't been watching this channel from the start or like halfway through, you would know I pick out an hour and 30 or whatever it is because I focus more easy on that one. So I picked, a rom-com which I thought sounded funny. It's called Call Me Brother. When I tell you this movie is uncomfortable, I'm not even going to break it down. It's basically about this brother and sister, Lisa and Tony, that are reunited on like a weekend, and because they've been living separately, right? And they grow closer. Yeah, if you want, you could watch the movie first and then come to my video, because obviously I do give out a lot, nearly every part of the movie straight away. So by my warning, watch it, right? But when you get uncomfortable, yeah, you might end up turning off. For me, I had to look away a few times. Not even a horror movie made me do this, or those other, cringy movies have, but terrible movies have. Made me facepalm, but then they never made me look away. This is the only type of movie that made me look away, and I get it's a comedy, right? It's part comedy, and it's weird, but not that sort of weird and awkward and cringy. I don't know what you were thinking, David Howe and Christina Parish. I'm going to call you Char on this one. I don't know what you're thinking making this sort of movie, but it's just terrible, right? You have the brother and sister that's so awkward around each other. I'll get on more to that in a minute. You have the dad and the stepmom that says some explicit things in front of their kids. Well, in front of the kids. And I don't know how old Lisa and Tony are, right? Please tell me for the love of God they're adults in this. Please, I know they went to a party in one scene, one specific part of the movie. But tell me that they're like at least adults for the love of God. It would just be weird considering the type of characters they are. And the dad is just straight up. The dad was saying to his daughter, talking about like sex and all that type of stuff, and she is. What's her name? Doris or something like that. His wife's name be like, yeah, she is a very good girl, isn't she? Yeah. And then he was asked, right, because he says to his kids, call me Frank, not Dad. What the hell is wrong with this film? And the reason why he wants his kids to call him Frank is because his wife calls him Dad in bed. Not Daddy, as his daughter pointed out. Dad. And the look on her face, even I was just like, what? This is okay to say in front of your kid? I know you're meant to teach your kids, but don't say this. I've heard it all now. I've I mean, a lot of guys in my position have been called, that sort of word in the bedroom. Not Dad. The hell does that? And then this guy sounded more like, he sounds more like a pervert. And he eats peaches all the time, and he missed an annual peach festival or whatever it is, right? Strange thing. And then you got this scene where Lisa and Tony go into like in a shop, like a gas station shop basically. And you have this next dude that's saying, talking to this guy talking about Katie, and he starts humping like where the cigarettes are kept, and I don't really get it. And then you see Lisa and Tony have a moment together, like they're locking eyes. Oh my goodness, well, what the hell? And you see, I don't even want to talk about some of the scenes that we're not. I only want to, and then they go to Brad and Chad's house, whatever Chad is. You have Brian as this loser dude right there, and you have Chad as like two women all over him. Lucky him, better man. And then you see a scene about these two dudes coming, Sydney, which is also a dude's name too. Like every dude that's named Sydney's always ended up being a gangster dude, and this guy called Bleach, or whatever his name is. Who calls himself Bleach? It's because they always bleach himself, and they just sort of come in and start like, they're kind of like bullies basically, and then they want to hit on like Lisa. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? I understand the playfulness and scenes as well. It's weird. And the whole thing in this movie is just awkward, and it's made me uncomfortable. I feel like turning it off. I've never known it before. I've seen horror movies never make me do this, because I'm curious. Because you watch a horror movie, you're curious to see what's going on. It's all craziness, all madness. This is just on another level of weirdness. And then you have Brian's sister that comes in and starts like acting like she's some sort of like, that's sort of like the whole basically, like, comes and I thought that was Brian's girlfriend, but it ends up being his sister. And then she's dating, was it Sydney dude she's dating, if I want, the one with the cat, I think that's his name, but then he calls himself Bleach. I don't know what his name, right? The guy with the cat basically. And then there's a scene where you hear noises, right? Some horny noises from, Lisa and Tony's room, right? Because they're sleeping at the same room. You sort of see this dude making some, like, and he's just jacket. This scene, man. I'm horrified by what I've just seen. And then you see Lisa in one scene just jerking. It felt like I've watched something illegal. It really has. It felt like I've just gone to a different side to like whatever is going on here. Oh my word, why make this movie? The actors don't look comfortable. The actors are all goofy. It's just I can see why. I wouldn't want to act in something like this. And then they get dressed up for this party. And then Lisa's just all dressed up in something a bit like, pretty fair enough, pretty standard. And then Tony comes and says, "Oh, you look great." And when they get back to the dining table, the dad goes, "Are you sure you want to be wearing? You want to be wearing something different, And Lisa just goes, "Well, no, I'm fine with this." And Tony says, "Oh, she looks great in that dress. She looks smoking in that." Excuse me? This is the script writing in this movie. Shame on David. Shame on you, David and Christina. It's really a big shame on you two for making something like this. Horrendous. And another scene where the dad's talking about to his daughter tampons, and the kids don't even look that much. They're so nonchalant. They treat it as if it's normal. Is there incest going on here? It doesn't feel like a normal family to me. And then Lisa goes, "Oh, I've just got I don't need tampons. I just free bleed." Oh my god! It reminded me of that YouTube video from back in the day. Don't ask me how I know about it. It's got free bleed. I'm not even gonna talk about that. It's a mighty good job they're not brother and sister in real life though. Hey, because that'd be even extra weirder. That's why it made it a bit easier for them to act how they are. And they get to the party. You see the Brian's a loser dude. Nothing much is really happening. And then you see in one scene where Mercedes is running out, because I would assume that she sees a man cheating. And then Lisa goes to find Tony, because she smoked something, right? Like a seizure thing or whatever it is, right? I don't know what it is, but weed or whatever, right? But the dude's trying to hit on her, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm talking about Brad's thing down there," and she just say, "Listen, it's massive, alright? It's huge. I know it for sure because I saw it." What? The guys I thought that was weird. That's even young. What the hell is going on? And then the guys were just like, "What's we really talking about your brother's thing like that?" And she was just like, "Well, I'm joking." You're a bit late to say you're joking now. That's not a joke. That's just the weirdest joke you can ever say. You could, they're not good at parties, are they? I wouldn't be. Wouldn't be saying stuff like that. Oh Lord. Do you see Brian in the bathtub and I think it's his other sister? Or was it his woman? His ex or something? I think his ex is what? Yeah, I think so. I don't even know who she is. I've forgotten her name in the movie. Should have paid more attention. Yeah, she was trying to, give Tony, that basically. Well, you see Brian I don't know how it didn't drown fully in the bathtub. I really don't. And then they just basically, they'll have to leave. Yeah. Antonio's getting protective of his sister, which is fine. Fair enough, understandable. There's a scene where Sydney and Bleach are having a bit of a fight because, Sydney was giving that dude basically, HEAD basically, and no wonder Mercedes went off. I think that's her name anyway. And I thought because he kept grabbing like Lisa because Lisa saw what's going on, but then Tony was about to have a fight with him. But then those two dudes started fighting again. I was like a bit of a scrap. Excuse me, bloody hell, damn fizzy drink, man. And then they all had to leave. Yeah, this movie could not get any worse. Then when they left, Brian got dropped off and they were back at the house and oh man, near the end bit, oh Lord, oh my word. And you see Lisa just telling Tony, oh, I think I'm in love with you, do you get that feeling too? And Tony says, yeah. He's almost awkward out of the both of them. He has no words to describe what to say. And then you see them, I don't know what, I mean, even when they showed the scene of them as kids, right? They were so calm with everything. They were just so calm, and and every time their parents are arguing, it's almost as if they'll just like continue playing. Hats off. I mean, I could never be calm in that situation. I've had arguments in my time. I was never that calm. I don't know how they were calm. They just chose to ignore it. No wonder they are the way they are around each other, man. It's mad. I can't understand for the life of what the hell was going on. And then you see the scene of when the mother when the mum comes to pick, Lisa up. They were nearly fully naked. Help me. Please help me, man. And then as soon as you see Lisa about to go to the car, you see Tony there and they were both looking at each other and they ran to each other and they started kissing. Yeah. And I've just realised as well, that's why the movie's called Call Me Brother. Because when they were kissing, Lisa called him Tony because he was like, Tony, I love you. And he said, please, call me brother. I mean, it didn't help with the parents' faces. I can't tell if they were looking impressed or horrified. They were kind of, not enjoying it, but a bit happy for them. Why? I don't care if this is a rom-com. This is straight up weird, uncomfortable and awkward. I don't know what other words you lot will call it. It is damn near one of those uncomfortable movies I've seen because of this. I was just Call Me Brother. I can see why it's called Call Me Brother. I realised it after the movie ended. I was like, oh, that's referring to bedroom now. Only I could pick a movie out like this without realising it first. I'm still going to have to watch more rom-coms. I've seen other titles. I know I've got to try and remember what I was planning to watch next after this. Please tell me what you think. If you've seen this movie, please tell me what you think in the comments. And tell me if you got through. I know it's an hour and 17. I bet people probably stopped after half an hour. Oh man. It's just... I don't know. It's strange. I don't know what kind of brain you have to have just to think of this type of movie in your head, and what made you think it was good. Literally, this isn't a rom-com. Where did they get this ain't a rom-com in the slightest. There's nothing romantic going on. That don't even count because the problem is I was like, maybe it's a bit of a sweet ending because they're reunited and, you know, they've been separated. No, it wasn't like that. I don't even want to talk about the other scenes, especially when Lisa was taken, going to a toilet, and you know, Tony was in the bathtub taking a bath and he has like goggles on and like a snorkel. And another scene where they're at the park, and yeah, I don't even want to talk about that. I looked away. I just looked. I don't really care if they're, you know, like literally, adult or not, they're brother and sister in the movie. This is disgusting to actually make. David Allen, Christina Parrish, man. Rethink. Did you rewatch that movie? Well, I mean, you made the movie, so I'm really quite surprised you still brought it out anyway. What made you think there was good scenes in this? That you deserve to be charged just for making a movie like that. It's a mighty good job. You only did it for an hour and 17. God knows what would have happened if you put an extra half an hour into that. I had to watch it as well to do a YouTube video. I'm glad I do a review on these movies. It's to warn people about movies like this. Horrendous. And I don't usually look at the comments, right? And the reviews on like the IMDb site, whatever it's called. I don't usually do that. But I looked down and it was all ones out of 5. It said horrendous, it's disgusting, gross. It was gross. And what, I know there's probably other movies like this, like disturbing ones, like horror or weird. There's weird comedies, yes, they can be weird and strange, but not like that. Yes, some scenes of how comedies are strange. Like movie 43, right? That movie's weird, right? But there's a reason to it, because it's like a comedy anthology, so different kinds of types of sketches. It's not what it's sketches, but you know, like different, you know, stories and scenarios of different people. That sort of thing that's meant to be weird and strange. This movie is different. Nah, I don't know how to describe it. I'm surprised I spoke about it for this long. It's meant to be shorter than this. Literally. The review is very, very simple. It's a 1 out of 10. I wanted to laugh at 1-2 scenes. There was not really much else to... It's not even... If I'm laughing at it, that means I would have enjoyed the movie, partly. I never enjoyed it. That scene at the shop, that could have been close to coming as funny. I'll give him that one for now. That was pretty much okay. That's pretty much... You know, I'll give him that one. But with how the movie went on... Oh, man. You would think the brother and sister aren't brother and sister, they're just dating. That's what you would think. I'm not going to get over this, am I? Not going to get over it. Yeah, the silence in parts of how I'm saying things says it all. Please comment below a good rom-com for me, please, that I could laugh at and that isn't like this. Please, it can be weird, right? That'll make me go, what the hell? Will make me question things. Yeah, but not like this. Please, I know that I don't think there's obviously going to be 2-3 people that have seen this movie, for the love of God. I feel sorry for them too. Anyways, 1 out of 10 is, if you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, share, subscribe and hit the notification bell. So see you in my next video.